are live here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, NewarkPilots.tv. As always, I'm Kyle French back in the broadcast booth yet again, this time here at the historic McDonough Park in Geneva, New York, as the Geneva Red Wings will host the Newark Pilots. Both teams coming in this one at 0-1 as the Pilots fell yesterday to the Jamestown Tarpskunks on opening day at Colburn Park, 13-6. Starting lineups being read as we speak, so we'll go with the starting lineup for the Pilots to start. It'll be the second baseman, number 1, Michael Mugwin, leading off. Next will be the center fielder, number 3, Frankie Vanzalata from SUNY Brockport. The designated hitter from Hofstra University, number 6, Dom Cameron. The first baseman, number 27, Sean Lane. The catcher, number 7, wearing number 15 tonight. Actually, it'll be Jack Arcamone. The right fielder, number 21, Tyler Walters. Number 24, Chris Farrar will be the extra hitter tonight. Nick Payne will be at third base, number 29. Michael Flaherty from London, England, the shortstop, number 21, will be in the 9-hole. And batting 10th will be the left fielder from Alfred State University, number 37, Bobby Sellers. Now for the lineup for the Geneva Red Wings, the home team here at McDonough Park. Batting first will be the shortstop, number 9, Tyler Cerami. The second baseman, number 1, Cameron Boardman. The catcher, number 32, Ethan Swidler. The catcher, number 28, Brandon Bigame. Number 25, Ryan Knight. At first base, number 30, Daniel Scalaro. The left fielder, number 7, John Quinlan. Center fielder, number 10, Ethan Fulton. And the third baseman, number 31, Jeremy Mangiamelli. And the right fielder, number 40, Nate Milk, will be in the 10-hole. On the mound for the Pilots, getting the start from St. Peter's University, is actually in the transfer portal right now. It'll be number 28, Jack Gannon. And getting the start for the Geneva Red Wings will be number 36, Anthony Lang. Lang attends St. John Fisher University right up the road in Rochester, New York. National anthem getting ready to be read here as we speak. We're going to take a quick peek at the schedule for the Pilots, as the Pilots will be back at home tomorrow to face the Jamestown Tarpskunks for the second time this season. Second time in 3 days for the Pilots. Again, as we mentioned, the Pilots lost yesterday 13-6. Just looking down the roster and the stat sheet from yesterday, Frankie DiMartino had a hit, triple with 2 RBI. Tristan Head had a hit with an RBI as well. And Harris McReynolds and Paulie Goodness each had a hit with an RBI. For the other side, for Jamestown, their top hitter was Brady Mee, 3 hits, 3 runs, and 4 at-bats, no RBI. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on NewarkPilots.tv and FingerLakes1Radio.com. National Anthem underway. we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. I'm Kyle French, going to be your play-by-play broadcaster for the rest of the summer and going to be picking up some games here in Geneva as well for the Geneva Red Wings. But tonight, we're on NewarkPilots.tv, and we've got an exciting game ahead of us. Not really the way the Pilots wanted to open the season yesterday, dropping that one, as we mentioned, 13-6 to the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Chris Lowe started out good. However, the rest of the bullpen, not so much. Bartling came in and struggled off the rip, and was able to close out the inning. Then Cameron Kingsley came in and did his thing, and Landon White finished things out. But overall, 13 runs in the first game. Not really the start you want for the Pilots, looking to bounce back here against the Geneva Red Wings. Both teams 0-1 coming into this one. So it will be one team leaving here with their first victory of the season. So looking forward to that. As Anthony Lang throwing his warm-up pitches there for the Red Wings from St. John Fisher University. And as I mentioned yesterday, St. John Fisher, now a university. They did upgrade to university status. They were, for the longest time, St. John Fisher College. And very infamous because that's where the Buffalo Bills training camps is held. They do hold sessions there at St. John Fisher College. I've been to a few of them. Back when LaShawn McCoy was with the Buffalo Bills just a few years back. So really turning back the time machine there. It'll be Michael Mugen leading things off for the Pilots, second baseman. Was at Santa Clara University, but now has transferred to Southeast Missouri State. Little Mountain Valley Conference action there, or excuse me, Ohio Valley, I believe, Division I. So Michael Mugen's going to come up to the plate, and he'll step in to face Anthony Lang. Ready on ready matchup to open up the game here. As Michael Mugen steps in, first pitch, misses for a ball. Second pitch fouled off into the net here at McDonough Park. Counts at 1-1 now. One ball, one strike to Mugen. As Mugen steps in, that one swung on and fouled. That one into the parking lot here at McDonough. Counts now 1-2. One ball, two strikes. As Lang back onto the mound. That one swung on and hit out into right field. Looks like the right fielder's underneath it. He'll make the play. So F9 for Michael Mugen to start the game here. 5:05 start time today, as it'll now be Frankie Vanzalata, center fielder from SUNY Brockport, will step up to the plate for the Pilots. Vanzalata batting out on the left side of the batter's box, so favorable matchup for the hitter Vanzalata, who did come into the game yesterday. Did have one AB in the game yesterday, as he came in for Mitchell Kelly, who had made a diving grab, fell into the fence there at Colburn Park, and left the game. As first two pitches of the AB miss, counts at 2-0 now. As for Vanzalata, 0 for 1 yesterday on the night. Third pitch of the AB misses as well, so 3 straight balls from Lang to Vanzalata. And the Pilots are looking for their first base runner of the game here. Strike one there, counts at 3-1 now. That one misses. Ball 4. As that one, I'll bring up the designated hitter number 6, Dom Cameron. Designated hitter, so he'll step in. Right side of the batter's box for Cameron. And Dom Cameron, actually childhood friends with Frankie DiMartino. One of 3 Hofstra University Pride members. That one swung on a hit to the shortstop, who's going to field it, flip to second. So 6-4 fielder's choice. Dom Cameron beats it out. As that'll now bring up Sean Lane from Hofstra University. So back-to-back Hofstra after the 6'4 fielder's choice from Don Cameron. Lane will step in. Will be a first year at Hofstra. It'll be his first year at Hofstra after transferring from the University of Maryland. Sean Lane steps in from the right side of the batter's box. Number 27 for the Pilots. First pitch, misses for a ball, counts at 1-0. Second pitch of the AB in there for a strike, counts now at 1-1. First AB of the summer for Sean Lane. Did not play in the team's game yesterday against Jamestown in a 13-6 loss. The 1-1 pitch swung on and popped up. This one in foul territory in the infield. First baseman underneath it makes the grab. So score that one P3, and the Pilots go down. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Pilots. Heading to the bottom half of the first inning, the Red Wings are up to bat. It'll be Tyler Cerami leading things off. We'll be right back on Figure Lakes 1 Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Back here at Historic McDonough Park as the Geneva Red Wings are hosting the Newark Pilots. Here on the road today are the Pilots. It'll be Jack Gannon from St. Peter's University. Yes, the same St. Peter's that had that magical run a few years ago in March Madness. We mentioned UMBC yesterday as one of the Tarp Skunks players was from UMBC. So, yeah, and then Princeton as well. So, March Madness taking over the PGCBL Summer Baseball. First pitch to Cerami, taken for a strike from Gannon. Right down the heart of the plate. Counts at 0-1. As Gannon will step back in. Gannon wearing number 28 for the Pilots. Second pitch, very close. Misses off the outer half of the plate. Counts now at 1-1. Pilots breaking out their navy blues for the first time this season. 1-1 pitch. Slider misses away as well. Counts now 2-1 to Tyler Cerami, shortstop. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. The 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled into the glove. Counts now at 2-2. As Cerami will step back in. Jack Gannon back on the mound. The 2-2 pitch. That one swung on and hit out into left field and foul territory. The third baseman underneath it makes the grab for the first out. That's Nick Payne over there at third base. And that'll now bring up Cameron Boardman for the Geneva Red Wings. Second base tonight, wearing number 1 for the Red Wings with 1 gone here. So scored that last play, FF5, as Nick Payne from Centenary University made the grab. First pitch in there to Boardman for a strike. Counts at 0-1 now. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. That one, big cut there from Cameron Boardman, looking to do some damage to that baseball. Nothing doing, no contact. Counts at 0-2 now. As Boardman will step back on. The 0-2 pitch fouled off down the line towards the Hobart College tarp over there. Yes, McDonough Park, also the home of the Hobart College Statesmen. Their Division III baseball program play right here at historic McDonough Park. So they are sharing a home with the Geneva Red Wings for the summer. As the 0-2 pitch misses for a ball. Counts at 1-2 now. Another beautiful night for baseball. Couldn't have asked for a better 2 straight nights of baseball here in PGCBL summer. That one swung on and fouled off as Archimone couldn't hold on to that one. We'll do the 1-2 again here. Jack Archimone behind the plate, right out of high school, is a commit to the University of Virginia. That one swung on and roped into the Geneva Red Wings bullpen, as that's Jackson Dijon. Was a Red Wing last year, played at St. Bonaventure University. He's the first base coach tonight for the Geneva Red Wings. That one almost hit Mr. Dijon there on the first base line. 1-2 pitch, swung on and hit to the second baseman who backhands it. That's Mugen, throws on to first. What a recovery. Michael Mugen, what a play. 2 gone here in the top of the first inning, and the Pilots looking to send the Red Wings down 1-2-3 here. That'll bring up Ethan Swidler for the Geneva Red Wings. From San Diego, California, 6'1", 185, righty. He's a sophomore at Lafayette College. He'll step in. So righty-on-righty matchup here in the top of the first inning. That pitch right over the heart of the plate. He loves that slider. Jack Gannon has a cannon, and I'm telling you, that thing has movement to it, folks. Right across the zone. 0-1 pitch. Same pitch. That one misses. Has a little bit of tail to it at the end there. Loves those off-speed pitches. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Jack Gannon versus Ethan Swidler. The 1-1 pitch misses inside. Counts now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch swung on, and that one's just a little dribbler to the first baseman who fields it. Flips to Gannon for the out. So the Red Wings go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom half of the first inning. On to the top of the second, as it'll be Jack Archimone coming up for the Pilots. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, NewarkPilots.tv. It'll be Jack Arcamone, the catcher, leading things off for the Pilots. Wears number 7 in the white jerseys, however, wears number 15 in the navy blues. So Arcamone will step in for the Pilots out of Trumbull, Connecticut. And he's a commit to Division I, University of Richmond, also in the A10. So 2 A10 catchers on this Pilots roster. And Jack Paulowitz, who we saw yesterday for St. Bonaventure. And then we've got Jack Arcamone, University of Richmond. Counts at 1-1 to Arcamone. The 1-1 pitch misses inside. Counts at 2-1 now to Arcamone, making his first plate appearance of the summer for the Pilots. As that pitch misses wide, counts at 3-1. And McDonough Park has kind of like a weird-ish, almost very similar to like a Comerica Park in center field, how the wall goes to a straight line in the back. Like it's almost shaped like a diamond on the outside if you think about it, as Arcamone bloops that one up the center. So in his first AB, a single and leadoff single to start the second inning here for Jack Arcamone. As that'll bring up Tyler Walters making his Pilots debut here. Tyler Walters from Suwanee, Georgia. A member of the Georgia College State University baseball program down there in Georgia. Is in the transfer portal as well. He'll step in wearing number 41 tonight for the Pilots and Navies and the navy blue jerseys. Counts at 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, that one fouled into the parking lot here at McDonough Park. So Arcamone on first base for the Pilots, and the Pilots looking to be the leaders and first ones to score here in this ballgame. Top of the second inning. That one misses inside. As the count's at 2-1 now to Tyler Walters. Walters will step back in. 2 balls, 1 strike. That one swung on and roped into left field. That one's going to get knocked down. That one's going to kick foul just past the line. Very, very close to being extra bases and a run scored for the Pilots, but Walters will head back. Count is now at 2-2. Unfortunate break there for the Pilots. That one for sure looked like it was going to be at least a double. Walters looks like he has the speed to make it all the way to third on that one if that one dropped. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Lang. That one swung on and hit down the left field line. That one's going to kick foul yet again. Walters' power on display here early on. Just needs to straighten it out. As those balls are roped. Those last 2 balls hit from Tyler Walters. As he'll step back in. Walters 6 foot 205. Sophomore. As the pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. So Walters goes down on strikes swinging. As then I'll bring up Chris Pereira from Emerson College. And we saw him yesterday in yesterday's game for the Pilots in the opener against Jamestown. One of 4 Emerson College players on this Pilots roster this summer. He'll step back in. First pitch to him, and therefore a strike on the inner half of the plate. Ferrara not happy with the call. So called strike. Counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Jack Arcamone over there on first. Healthy lead for him. That one's going to be fouled off into the parking lot by Chris Ferrara. He'll step back in. Counts at 0-2 now. So Lang quickly getting ahead in the count for the Red Wings. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. That one's going to be swung on and hit. Bouncer to the second baseman, underhands to short. 4, nope. So it will be a 4-6 fielder's choice as Daniel Scalero is protesting that one, claiming that he tagged the runner. And there's going to be an umpires conference here in the center of the field. We're going to see what the scoring is on that one. Still safe. They're going to say you didn't tag him, so it'll be scored as a 4-6 fielder's choice. Arcamone out at second. Ferrara reaches base safely. That'll bring up Nick Payne, tonight's third baseman, number 29 from Centenary University, as he'll step in. Long hair flow going in the back for Payne. Actually had the chance to meet him on one of the first days down at the Hobart Docks, and tell you what, that kid is hilarious. He's a really funny guy, really nice guy. Going to be a pleasure seeing how he does here with the Pilots this summer. First pitch misses for a ball, counts at 1-0. The 1-0 pitch taken for a strike, counts now 1-1 to Nick Payne. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Payne will step back in. The 1-1 pitch from Lang. Big cut there from Payne. Nothing doing. Counts now 1-2. So now it's Ferrara over there at first after the 4-6 fielder's choice, as that got Arcamone out at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. That one swung on the hit. That one's going to be down the line. And it'll trickle foul. The right fielder chasing after that one, Nate Milk out there in right field for the Red Wings. Couldn't quite corral it as it kicked into the Red Wings bullpen over there. So Nate Milk from Williamsville, New York, and Niagara University. Former Pilots Marty Cole and Blake McMillan, college teammates there at Niagara University, Division I. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. As that one's going to be low in the dirt. That one's going to get kicked to the backstop. Ferrara's going to head to second, and the ball was all the way over near the Pilots' dugout. Ferrara didn't realize that he probably could have got to third on that one. So score that one, a wild pitch. And now the Pilots have a runner in scoring position. Nick Payne still in the batter's box. Counts at 2-2 now to Payne. Ferrara on second in scoring position, so the Pilots threatening here with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. That one misses high. Payne did not go around. He did hold up. That'll push the count full 3-2 as Michael Flaherty, tonight's shortstop, awaits on deck from London, England, over there in the United Kingdom, Grinnell College. Had a chance to chat with him before the game. Says he is enjoying the States. That one's going to come and hit Payne square in the back. He'll throw off the shin guards and shake it off and run down to first. So Payne will head to first base. And then I'll bring up the shortstop, number 21 tonight. Where's 21 in navy blue and 20 in white? So that'll be Michael Flaherty stepping into the box for the Pilots here. So Flaherty will step in. Righty on righty matchup with 2 gone. Pilots threading here. Ferrara on second base. Nick Payne over there on first base. First trouble for Lang of the ball game so far as the first pitch. That one swung on and hit out into right field. Is that one going to drop? Nope, that one's going to land foul. 3 Geneva Red Wings in the area. The second baseman, first baseman, and right field are all in for that one, and it just dropped in between all of them. So counts now at 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here to Michael Flaherty from Grinnell College. And we will have a few treats for you guys later on. A couple interviews we'll be doing here live on the broadcast. So be sure to tune in, and you will be able to listen to those. That one in there for a strike as Flaherty falls behind quickly. 0-2 now. Michael Flaherty's going to step back into the batter's box. As Flaherty steps in. The 0-2 pitch. That one swung on, and he's just staying alive in there, folks. We'll do the 0-2 yet again. And for the Pilots, Just another reminder, the Pilots will be back at home tomorrow, so I'll be calling that game against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. 7:05 p.m. first pitch tomorrow from Colburn Park. So make sure you tune in here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the NewarkPilots.tv as Michael Flaherty's going to strike out there. So that'll end the inning. Anthony Lane gets out of the jam, heading to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Brandon Begay up at the plate. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. We are back here at Historic McDonough Park on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, NewarkPilots.tv. It'll be Brandon Begay, the catcher, number 28. That one fouled off into the netting, so 0-1. Jack Gannon out there for his second inning of work here. First start of the year for him. In the portal, out of transfer portal out of St. Peter's University. That one misses as well. Counts now 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the catcher, number 28, Brandon Begay. That one misses. Counts at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs here. To Brandon Begay. As he'll step back in for the Geneva Red Wings. 2-1 pitch. Misses high. Counts at 3-1. Begay from Rensselaer, New York. And he's a junior at Bates College. 6'1", 205, righty. That one's going to be popped up a mile high in the air here. And that one's going to kick out of play. So counts full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, no outs. The 3-2 pitch. Taken strike 3. And sit him down, folks. Brandon Begay was heading towards first. Nope, not so fast. Strike 3. So that's Gannon's first strikeout of the game. We'll call that one just a backwards K. Strikeout looking. As number 25, Ryan Knight, tonight's extra hitter, will be coming up to the plate for the Red Wings. Knight from Peabody, Massachusetts. He's a junior at the University of Hartford. First pitch in there for a strike, and Geneva Red Wings fans, the Red Wings faithful below, not happy with the call. 0-1 pitch. Misses low. Counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here. The 1-1 pitch. That one swung on and hit into the netting. Counts at 1-2. The 1-2 pitch misses away. Counts now at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. As Ryan Knight, the extra hitter, will step in. As 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. The pitch, that one misses away. Counts at 3-2 now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As we'll have Hofstra's own Frankie DiMartino up in the booth, shooting for the 3rd or 4th inning whenever he makes his way up here to do an interview. So that one lined into center field. Score that one F8. Ryan Knight flies out to center field, as that'll now be Daniel Scalero, the first baseman, number 30. He'll step into the batter's box. Red Wings still looking for their first base runner of the ball game. That one's going to come in and hit him. So hit by pitch for Scalaro, and the old broadcaster's jinx. As soon as I say they're looking for their first base runner, hit by pitch will send Scalaro to first. And then I'll now bring up the left fielder, number 7, John Quinlan, for the Geneva Red Wings here. Quinlan from Menlo Park, California, and he's a junior at Cornell University. So he'll step in, wearing number 7 and playing left field tonight. That one swung on and hit foul. That one down the first base line. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. As Quinlan's going to step back in. The 0-1 pitch. That one's going to come in and hit Quinlan as well. So back-to-back batters hit from Jack Gannon. And now with 2 outs, the Red Wings are threatening as they have a runner in scoring position. I'll bring up Ethan Fulton, the center fielder, number 10, from Fulton, New York, right near my alma mater, SUNY Oswego, about 20 minutes away. When I was doing my internship in Syracuse, I'd drive through Fulton almost every day this past semester. So first pitch to him, taken for a strike. Good old Fulton. As Ethan Fulton will step back in. Batting on the left side of the batter's box. The pitch to him swung on and grounded up the middle. The shortstop will field it and step on the bag for the out. So rule that one 6 unassisted. And heading to the top of the 3rd inning, the Pilots are coming up to bat. We're tied at 0 here at McDonough Park. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Back here on FingerLakes1Radio.com and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, NewarkPilots.tv. We're in the top of the 3rd inning now, and already a pitching change for the Geneva Red Wings. It'll be Joey Casper, the junior from Mamaroneck, New York, in Iona College, 6'1", 190, as he'll step in. Another right-handed pitcher, as Bobby Sellers will be the batter up for the Pilots here, making his Newark Pilots debut from Alfred State University, the left fielder tonight, wearing number 37 for the Pilots. So Sellers is going to walk up to the plate here to face Joey Casper. Casper's first outing for the Red Wings this summer as well. First pitch swung on and missed. Big cut there from Bobby Sellers. Counts at 0-1. So far across the board, no runs on one hit, no errors for the Red Wings. For the Pilots. And for the Red Wings, no runs on no hits, no errors. Second pitch of the AB taken for a strike as well. As Sellers falls behind in the count quickly, 0-2. That one swung on and lined up the middle. The Pilots have their second base hit of the game. So Bobby Sellers with the base hit. First debut of the summer, first hit, no problem for Bobby Sellers. That'll take the Pilots back to the top of the order here. It'll be Michael Mugen, tonight's second baseman. Simo commit, Southeast Missouri State. As he'll step in for the Pilots. As Mugen steps in. First pitch swinging for him, fouled into the net. Counts quickly at 0-1. As Mugen steps in. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled. That one out of play here. Mugen quickly behind in the count, 0-2. As tonight's pitcher, Joey Casper, coming on in relief. Only 2 innings for Anthony Lang, so his final stat line, 2 innings pitch, a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Looks like he threw 36 pitches, did Anthony Lang. Step off there from Casper will make Sellers retreat. So the Pilots have a runner on first. That's Bobby Sellers with no outs here. Pickoff attempt. That one dropped by the first baseman, Scalaro. As he'll retreat back safely. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs here. To Mugen, that one swung on and hacked into the stands here at McDonough Park. As we will have a surprise, not surprise because I already said it, but Frankie DiMartino will be joining us here in the broadcast booth momentarily. Up on the roof here at McDonough Park, we've got the bird's eye view, as some may say. That one in there, strike 3 on the outer half of the plate. Mugen not happy with the call. He'll head back towards the Pilots dugout. 1 gone here in the top of the 3rd inning. As that'll now bring up the center fielder, number 3, Frankie Vanzalata from SUNY Brockport. He'll step in from the left side of the batter's box here for the Pilots. First pitch to him, misses low in the dirt. Count now at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes to the SUNY Brockport Golden Eagle, Frankie Vanzalata. As he'll step, another pickoff attempt there for over to Bobby Sellers. As he'll slide back in. Counts at 1-0 again to Frankie Vanzalata. 0 for 1 yesterday. In the first inning, he walked and was out on that 6-4 fielder's choice. Bunt attempt from Vanzalata, pulls it back. Sellers going to head towards second, and he's out by a mile. Caught stealing was Bobby Sellers, and now 2 away here. So Sellers is out, caught stealing. Score that one 2-6. So 2 gone here. Counts at 1-1 to Frankie Vanzalata. That one misses. Counts at 2-1. The SUNY Brockport Golden Eagle steps back in from the left side of the batter's box. The 2-1 pitch misses away. Counts at 3-1 now. And with that, with Frankie Vanzalata up, we bring in another Frankie, Mr. Frankie DiMartino. How are you, sir? Hofstra University. How's it going?
Doing good. How are you, Kyle?
Doing good. That one swung on and hit to the first baseman who's going to underhand scoop it and throw. And they're going to call Frankie Vanzalata safe there at first. That's going to be a base hit. So base hit there for Frankie Vanzalata. And with that, Frankie DiMartino with me in the broadcast booth. How's it going, man? What made you decide to come back to good old Newark, New York?
I don't know. Just had a great time 2 summers ago over here. And, just figured I'd come back.
You figured you'd come back?
Figured I'd come back.
How generous of you, Frankie. So what's it like this time bringing your brother Justin along? It was nice meeting him the other day.
Yeah, it's definitely different because when I came here 2 years ago, I was kind of on my own. I brought my friend Johnny Doherty, which was definitely a big help. And it's just different over here, having brought my brother and Dom Camera, Sean Lane. I went to high school with those guys, played with them at Hofstra this past year, and it's different. I have a little crew here this time.
And that was St. Dominic High School, right?
Yeah.
Bethpage, New York?
It's in Oyster Bay.
Oyster Bay. Oyster Bay.
Yeah.
In Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Island. So, Frankie, I just need to know, your favorite food is pasta, correct?
I guess, yeah.
Frankie did an interview the other day with the PGCBL, Meet the Players. Frankie does hit the gym. I can tell you right now, he does bench and squat more than I do, which is not very hard. The throw down as the runner heads towards second. It'll be a stolen base for Frankie Vanzalata. So the Pilots finally getting that stolen base they've been looking for. And what would you say the atmosphere in the clubhouse is like this season? I mean, it just feels like there's like something different here this year. This team seems very special.
Yeah, it's the second game, and it seems like we're already clicking. A lot of guys, they're friendly with each other, and we know each other by now. And it's only been two games.
Only 2 games. Yeah, I mean, it just feels like you guys have that chemistry. I mean, obviously yesterday, not the way you want to start the season. You lose to Jamestown 13-6. Pitching wasn't all there yesterday, but it's still like, the whole summer, like I said yesterday on the broadcast, it's a feeling out process.
Yeah.
As your buddy Dom Camera is going to walk to first there. And that'll bring up another one of your friends, Sean Lane. So give me some insight. I had Angelo Deere yesterday give me some insight on Briggs Loveland, our Emerson insider.
Yep.
Angelo Deere, you're going to be our Hofstra University insider. What do I need to know? Tell everyone at home what we need to know about Sean Lane.
Sean Lane, he swings a great bat. He hits bombs out there. That's all you need to know. He hits bombs.
He hits bombs.
Yep.
So transferring to Hofstra from the University of Maryland, you think you guys had any kind of say in that? You and Dom? Like, hey, come play with us here,
Maybe.
Some tampering?
Nah, none of that.
No tampering? As Sean Lane will step back in. Counts it 0-1 to him. That one misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Sean Lane. 0-for-1 in the night. Little foul pop-up to the first baseman, Scalaro, over there at first base. So Dom Camera over there on first base. That one misses high, so 2-1. So was Justin in the friend group as well? Your brother Justin DiMartino, was he in the friend group as well with Don and Sean?
Yep. They were all, them 3, they were in the same grade in high school.
Okay. So you're the older one. You're the outlier here.
I'm the outlier.
Oh, little throw down there to first base. Dom Camera's going to slide back in safely.
Yep, them 3, they were best friends in high school. And then I was cool with them too, but I had my other friends because they were 2 years younger than me. And then we got to Hofstra, and Dom and Sean came in this year, and now us 4, we're like best friends.
No brother sibling rivalry there, no?
Nah, none of that.
Just best of buds.
Yeah.
I wish I could say the same. Me and my brother always butt heads. So it's always nice to see a little family love there.
Yeah.
So full count to Sean Lane. And what would you say your favorite memory so far of this summer has been?
This summer.
I know it's been short. We've only been here a few days.
Definitely the triple yesterday. I needed that.
The triple yesterday?
Yeah.
So I haven't told the fans at home yet. That one's going to be followed off by Sean. So I haven't told the fans at home yet. We have a surprise guest coming up from the 2021 Pilots season. Do you have any idea who it might be? You want to take a guess?
2021 Pilots.
Yep, you played with him.
Kevin Higgins.
That's exactly who it is. Knowing me,
How did I
everyone
know?
knows I'm like one of the best buds. With Kevin Higgins as the shortstop's going to bobble that one. That'll be an
Safe,
E6
safe, safe,
and
safe.
slide in safely. That'll be an RBI on an E6 there. So the Pilots take a 1-0 lead. Look at that.
Oh yeah, 1-0.
So E6 there, and Sean is going to advance to second base. So the Pilots now take a 1-0 lead. And that'll now bring up Jack Arcamone. Any insight on Jack Arcamone? I know we were all hanging out the other day.
Jack, I don't know. Just met the kid, 3 days ago, 4 days ago? I don't know much about him. He ripped a single in the center his first AB, so see what he does now.
Certainly getting off on the right foot here.
Yeah.
Pilots faithful.
Definitely.
Arcamone is a commit to the University of Virginia right out of high school in Trumbull, Connecticut. The 0-1 pitch to Arcamone. That one taken for a strike. So 2 quick strikes. As Arcamone down in the count 0-2. It's 2 strikes, 2 outs here. The pitch swung on and fouled off and hit what sounded like a pole down there near the netting. Counts now 0-2.
So, Kyle, when are you having Kevin up here?
So I'm planning on having Kevin up relatively soon. He's actually – so Kevin plays professional baseball in the independent league, in one independent league in Colorado. I believe it's the Northern Colorado Osprey. As Arcamone strikes out there, we'll finish the quick conversation and then we'll go to break. But so he plays somewhere in Northern Colorado. I believe it's the Northern Colorado Osprey. And he actually had a game earlier today. Or he might still be playing right now. Whenever he's done with the game, he's going to text me and I'm going to bring him on the live stream here.
Oh, okay.
So Kevin was probably one of the funniest guys I have ever met in my life.
Yeah.
I think Kevin, from the very instance I met Kevin, I just knew we were going to get along really well. And we hit the gym together. You hit the gym with us sometimes there.
I did.
Good old Spunk Fitness in Newark, New York.
Yep.
So yeah, Kevin will be on the live stream later. I mean, if you want to pop in, say hi.
Definitely. I will.
I'll shoot you a text and I'll let you know. Anyways, we're going to head to break here. We'll be back for the bottom of the third inning. The Pilots take a 1-0 lead here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. So we're back here at McDonough Park in the broadcast booth. I'm joined yet again by Hofstra University's Frankie DiMartino. Frankie, great having you here. Thanks for coming up, taking the time away from the dugout. I'm sure you'd rather be down there than up here with me.
No, I'd rather be here. It's a pleasure to be here with you, Kyle.
Appreciate that, Frankie. As counts at 1-1, as it's Jeremy Mangiamelli, the third baseman for the Red Wings, number 31 at the plate. So I know I asked you so far what your favorite memory has been this summer, but what has your favorite memory been from the 2021 summer? I know that was a long one, an interesting one, and we had some times at the resort there. What would you say your favorite moment from the 2021 summer was here in Newark, New York?
I can't pick out one single moment. I just have to say, the whole experience. I stay home for college. Hofstra's on Long Island. I commute to school, and like the whole environment of being away from home and meeting the new guys, and it was just it was a good time. It was a really good time for me.
Yeah, I mean, always up here, like it had just a different. I mean, obviously, I grew up here, so I can't speak for you. But the people that I have like spoken to have come up and played here. They said like just upstate New York, like the Finger Lakes region, it's just like so like I feel like it's not, but in a way, it's like cut off from the rest of the world. If you think about it, like the way of life is just so completely different up here. Like so like much more slow paced. If you know, if that makes sense.
It's a different way of life over here from where I'm from. So I went on a lot of trails, like walked a lot of hiking trails, and saw a lot of views of the lakes and the mountains, and it was cool. It was different for me.
So there's going to be a substitution, 18 for 15, as it looks like Jack Arcamone is going to leave the ball game. Not sure exactly what's going on with him. But Jack Paulowitz will be subbing into the game for the Pilots here for Jack Arcamone. So we go from one A10 catcher to the other. We're just going to hope Arcamone is okay. Walking off the field on his own power. Not sure if it's the heat getting to him or what, but Arcamone is okay. He's walking off on his own power. Looks like he's just, I'm not sure, but if we get more details, we will give them to you guys. So Jack Paulowitz will be taking over at catcher for the Pilots. We're going to take a quick break while they warm up and get Paulowitz settled. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As we are back here at Historic McDonough Park, the Pilots have a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. I'm still joined by Frankie DiMartino, Hofstra University Pride, and the Colonial Athletic Association.
Yeah.
Frankie, great to have you back up here. So, for Pilots fans at home, still being introduced to Dom and Cameron. I know you gave us the insight on Sean, but what about Dom? What should we expect from Dom here this summer for the Pilots?
Yeah, for Dom, he had an off day yesterday for the opening day. Today he's DHing, but tomorrow you'll see him catch. He's a great catcher. He's unbelievable back there. Blocks everything, throws guys out.
Brick wall?
Oh yeah,
Brick wall behind the
Yep.
plate?
That's what you'll expect from Dom. He's unbelievable back there.
And final of the four of you guys, your brother Justin. What can
Yep.
we expect from Justin DiMartino, the younger brother
Yep.
of Frankie DiMartino?
All around, he's solid at everything. He's a good hitter, good fielder, he's fast, steals bags. He's very well-rounded player.
Because that one swung on and missed. But that one's going to get to the backstop. So 1-1. That'll be a passed ball by Jack Paulowitz subbing into the game. As that'll bring up Nate Milk is at the plate right now, the right fielder, number 40, making his first AB of the game. That one swung on and roped out into center field. Center fielder underneath it, though. Makes the grab. The runner's going to advance from second to third. So an F8 there for Milk. As we're back to the top of the order, that'll bring up Tyler Cerami as Jeremy Mangiamelli advanced on the flyout to center field. So Cerami will step back in. Foul flyout in the fifth inning. Foul flyout to third base in the first inning. Counts at 0-1 as that one was in there for a strike. Mangiamelli at third. That one swung on a miss as well. So Gannon getting ahead in the count quickly there. 0-2. And Frankie, I got to ask you. I know I asked Justin and you this already, but when am I getting the Pappardilli's pizza? I know I've been asking about it nonstop. Wasn't there like a pickle pizza or something like that?
Nah.
Was it? No, not pickle pizza.
We can put pickles on anything, but.
So that one hit out into right field. A throw into the plate, not in time. So that'll be a sacrifice fly. SF9 for Tyler Cerami, and we're tied up at 1 here. What about you, Frankie? Is there anything you want to ask me?
All right, so Kyle, when I know my dad's listening to this right now. Dad, when you come here, bring Kyle his pizza, all right?
You heard that, Papa DiMartino. Pappardilli's for everyone. I did have a few slices 2 summers ago, but most of it was scarfed up by the rest of the guys in the house.
Yeah. It went pretty quick.
It was a hot commodity.
Yep.
So the game's now tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, so Kyle, the one question I got, when did you start doing this job with the Pilots?
Which aspect of the job? I've been around the team since they started in 2011. I've kind of worked my way up the ladder, if so to speak. You know, I was the bat boy for the longest time. I was the mascot. Then I did the scoreboard and the music, and then I was the PA announcer, and then I was the GM with Steve. And, you know, I just decided, you know, I haven't done the broadcast yet, and, you know, I went to school for broadcasting, so why not do the broadcast? You know, I really enjoy it. I think it's just a different aspect of the game. You know, you just kind of call it how you see it and articulate it to the people at home. So, yeah, I'm just kind of all over the place.
You definitely have the knack for that, for broadcasting.
Well, I appreciate it. I feel like broadcasting is like, it's like a form of art, I guess. I mean, my degree is media and arts, so I guess, yeah. But no, it's just something I enjoy, just talking about the game, providing insight for those. I mean, I've been around, especially PGCBL baseball, I've been around it since longer than I can remember. As that one in there for strike 3. Cameron Boardman goes down on strikes, but not before the Red Wings tied at 1, heading to the top of the 4th. Frankie, thanks for joining me. I'll let you get back down there with the guys. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Kyle.
Going to the top of the 4th. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. I'm Kyle French. As always, we're in the top of the fourth inning now, and we're knotted up at one. That one swung on by Tyler Walters. That one's going to get out into deep center field. That one's going to get all the way to the wall. Walters is going to round second and head towards third. The third of the cutoff man over to third base. Walters going to slide in safely. A leadoff triple. And Tyler Walters doing the airplane dance down there for the Pilots. Leadoff triple gets the Pilots in business here to lead off the fourth inning. So Tyler Walters from Suwanee, Georgia. That one roped into the gap in right center field all the way to the wall and wheels behind him all the way to third base, as that will now bring up Chris Ferrara from Emerson College. So a chance to give the Pilots the lead here. And that one swung on and hit to the shortstop, who's going to throw over to first. Score that one 6-3 with an RBI. And the Pilots now lead the Red Wings 2-1 here in the top of the fourth. That'll now bring up Nick Payne from Centenary University, tonight's third baseman for the Pilots. So the Pilots take a 2-1 lead. 2-1 lead in the top of the fourth. Chris Ferrara, 6-3 ground out with an RBI. That one misses inside to Payne. Counts at 1-0. As Payne steps back in. 1 ball, no strikes to him. That one misses as well. Counts now at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Payne reached base via hit by pitch in the second inning, as he'll step back in. So this is technically his first official at-bat. That one in there for a strike. Taken. Counts at 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Here in the top of the fourth inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. And the 2-2 pitch fouled off out of play by Nick Payne. He'll step back in. That one misses outside. Looked like a slider. Just tail out of the zone from Casper there, as Nick Payne will step back in. The pitch swung on and reached that. That one's going to get out into center field. So a 2-2 fan at that one. And Nick Payne has his first hit of the summer and his first official AB. He's reached base twice now via the hit by pitch in the second inning. And here in the fourth inning, Payne with a little single, bloop single into center. That'll now bring up Michael Flaherty, shortstop from London, England. Struck out swinging back in the second inning. That one's going to come inside. And that one was close to hitting Michael Flaherty. Appears to be okay. Did not hit him. Counts at 1-0. Flaherty from Grinnell College, as he'll step back in. Nick Payne over there on first base. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. As tonight's umpire has quite the aggressive strike call. It's like a huh, almost like he's like karate chopping something, kind of like very aggressive with the calls of strikes. That one in there on the outside corner as well. Flaherty not happy with the call. He'll step back in. Counts at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here to Michael Flaherty. Number 21, the shortstop for the Pilots tonight. That one misses low and away. Counts at 2-2 now. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pilots lead 2-1 here. That one thrown onto. No, that's going to be an error on the shortstop. That one's going to get out into the outfield, and that one's going to get over to the Geneva bullpen, and Payne is going to come around and score. So the Pilots score another run here on an E6. Easy play at second. It looked like it could have been 2 outs, a double play, but it turns into none. An error, and the Pilots now lead 3-1. So, wow. No, they're going to say out of play now, actually. So, no runs are going to score. They're going to say the ball was out of play, so they're just allowing the runners to advance. So Flaherty goes to second, and they're going to say the ball was out of play because it went past the L screen over there. So it's going to be an E6 for Flaherty. He ends up at second base. Payne advances on the error to third base. Payne came around to score, but they're going to wave it off. As 2 straight strikes to Bobby Sellers, who singled in his first at-bat of the summer back in the third inning, was caught stealing 2-6, thrown out. Quickly behind in the count 0-2. So Pilots with runners on second and third. Bobby Sellers, that one high, counts at 1-2 now. So the score is 2-1. Payne had come around to score, but they ruled the ball out of play. So they only allowed him the additional base. And that one misses low in the dirt, counts at 2-2 now. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bobby Sellers from Alfred State University. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That one in there, strike 3. Sellers can't believe it. He'll walk back towards the Pilots' dugout, as that'll bring up Michael Mugen, the second baseman from Southeast Missouri State, transfer from Santa Clara. That one swung on and roped into the Geneva pen. Counts at 0-1. So Nick Payne on third base, number 29 for the Pilots. And Michael Flaherty on second base, all the way from the UK. Second pitch of the at-bat to Mugen. Mugen can't believe it, voicing his frustration towards the umpire. Will step out, not happy with the call whatsoever. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Michael Mugen. That one misses high and away. Counts at 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. In the top of the 4th, Pilots lead 2-1. The 2-1 pitch in there at the letters, strike 3. Mugen better be careful. Doesn't look like the umpire's too thrilled with him. So strike 3, the Pilots go down, but not before they put up a run on a couple hits. Heading to the bottom of the 4th inning, the Pilots lead the Red Wings 2-1. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Park. And we're back here at Historic McDonough Park as it's Ethan Swidler at the plate for the Geneva Red Wings as they trail the Pilots 2-1 here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. So Swidler steps in. Second pitch misses for a ball. Counts at 1-1 now. The 1-1 pitch. That one swung on and roped out there into the gap in left center, and that one's definitely going to get down all the way to the wall. Swidler's going to head towards second and be in there with a lead off stand-up double for Ethan Swidler. That'll now bring up Brendan Begane, the catcher, and strike out looking for him back in the second inning. Number 28 for the Geneva Red Wings up at the plate from Rensselaer, New York, and Bates College. So he'll step in. Red Wings, no outs here. And run around second. That one fouled into the press box area here at McDonough Park. Counts at 0-1. Jack Gannon for the Pilots. Back out there for his fourth inning of work. So far, the lines, 3 innings pitched. That was his first hit given up. Second pitch misses low. Counts at 1-1. So far, his line, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 run, and 1 walk. 2 strikeouts thus far. As Gannon will step back on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs here. The 1-1 pitch misses high. Counts at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Gannon from St. Peter's University, currently in the transfer portal for the Pilots. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sun's starting to set a little bit here. Early start to the game. Slider in there. Lots of movement on that one. Kind of just slows down and freeze frames it right in the zone. What a great pitch there from Jack Gannon. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. As Gannon loves those off-speed pitches. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. So the first out of the inning for Gannon. As that'll now bring up tonight's extra hitter for the Geneva Red Wings. That'll bring up Ryan Knight. Number 25, the extra hitter. So he'll step in. Out of the left side of the batter's box. 2-1 your score in the bottom of the fourth inning. That one misses away. Counts at 1-0. As tonight's catcher, Jack Arcamone, is on the sideline with the athletic trainer. We have been given no other information. It appears to be okay. Walked off on his own power. Not sure if it's the heat or something, but if we get any more information about that, we will relay it to you guys when we know. Obviously hoping he is okay down there. Counts at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here to Ryan Knight, the extra hitter for the Red Wings. That one swung on and fouled off. Counts at 1-2. One ball, 2 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. One ball, 2 strike. That one swung on and hit down the first base line. Counts going to stay at 1-2. As the count's at 1-2 now. A little mound visit there for Gannon. Appears just to be an internal one. As Ryan Knight's still at the plate. As they're now going to give a bench warning to Newark. Not sure who they gave the warning to. So now a bench warning goes to the Pilots. Not sure what that's about. Haven't really heard anything from up here. Strike 3 tonight, and that's the second out of the bottom of the fourth. So bench warning to the Pilots. Not sure what's going on over there, but always we'll see friction between these teams when they meet. And even more conveniently enough, they live right very much near each other as the Pilots stay right here in Geneva, New York, Hobart College dorms. That one swung on a hit up the center, and that one's going to get down, and that's going to be a run. So we're going to be tied at 2 here as Daniel Scalaro hit that one out into the gap in left center field. A 2-out RBI double, and we're knotted at 2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As that'll now bring up the left fielder, number 7, John Quinlan. So we're tied at 2 here, 2-2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here on NewarkPilots.tv and the Finger Lakes One Radio Network. The Red Wings have 2 outs and a runner on second. That's Scalaro, who just hit that one out into the gap in left center field. So Quinlan will step in. No balls, 1 strike the count to him. Took the first pitch for a strike. The 0-1 just misses inside. Counts now at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. That one swung on and hit. That one hit out into center field. That one's going to get down all the way to the wall. So the Red Wings are going to take a 3-2 lead here. So their second run of the game and the first real trouble we've seen of the game for Jack Gannon. So back-to-back RBI doubles for the Geneva Red Wings, and they now lead the Pilots 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll now bring up Ethan Fulton, the center fielder. As Ethan Fulton will step in. And for those of you listening at home, just got confirmation from one of the Pilots players. Jack Archimone is okay. His arm just cramped up a little bit. Not sure if it's due to the heat or what, but he's with the athletic trainer right now, and he is fine, in good spirits. So just a little bit of an arm cramp for Jack Archimone. Nothing serious. Just taking extra precautions. So Archimone is okay. Left the game on his own power and is with the athletic training staff on the sideline right now. As Ethan Fulton will step in, the center fielder. In there for a strike was the first pitch. Counts at 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Red Wings lead the Pilots 3-2. That one misses away. Counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and this is the first real trouble that we've kind of seen from Jack Gannon so far. 3.2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs given up, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. I mean, up until this past inning, after the back-to-back RBI doubles that we had just moments ago, Gannon's been lights out. As that pitch that he loves with the movement, that slider that it looks like, moves the count to 1-2. One ball, 2 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Ethan Fulton will step back in. That one fouled off into the netting. We'll do the 1-2 yet again. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one swung on and hit to the second baseman, Mugen, who throws on to first for the out, but not before the Red Wings get 2 runs on 2 RBI doubles. Heading to the top of the 5th inning, the Red Wings lead the Pilots 3-2. I'm Kyle French. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. And we are back here at McDonough Park as the Geneva Red Wings lead the Newark Pilots 3-2 now here in the top of the 5th inning. As first pitch swinging there from Frankie Vanzalata from SUNY Brockport is hit out into left field. That one's going to get down for a base hit, and Frankie Vanzalata is heading towards second, so a leadoff double for the Pilots. And the Pilots are in striking territory already. Frankie Vanzalata, leadoff double, and that'll bring up Dom Camera from Hofstra University, St. Dominic High School. And we just heard Frankie DiMartino up here with me in the broadcast booth, raving about his buddy Dom Camera, and said, expect big things this summer. So the Pilots faithful listening at home, expect big things from Dom Camera. First pitch misses for a ball, counts at 1-0. Vanzalata on second. Again, the Red Wings lead the Pilots 3-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. So 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch taken for a strike by Camera. As Camera will step back into the batter's box, shaking that one off. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here. The 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled. Off home plate, that one bounced. That'll move the count to 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here. Top of the 5th inning. Pilots threatening early, though. Leadoff double from Frankie Vanzalata out of SUNY Brockport. Dom Camera, power hitting catcher at the plate. That one swung on and missed, strike 3 for the first out of the inning. So Camera goes down on strikes, and that'll bring up his soon-to-be college teammate, Sean Lane. First baseman, number 27, transferred from the University of Maryland, the Terrapins, to Hofstra. So the first pitch Misses high, counts at 1-0. And we did have a pitching change at the start of the inning. It's Colby Mordecki into the game for Geneva, number 35. From Poughkeepsie, New York, and SUNY Plattsburgh. So bouncing around the SUNYs, we've heard SUNY Cortland, SUNY Brockport, Alfred State, now SUNY Plattsburgh. As a broadcaster, I will stay neutral, but for Plattsburgh, one of our biggest rivals for SUNY Oswego. For hockey, well, all sports actually. Baseball, they don't care for each other either. As Sean Lane will step back in, counts at 2-0. Third pitch misses away, counts now at 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out here. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Pilots looking to put Mordecki into some trouble here. The 3-0 pitch. That one swung on and popped up, can of corn into center field. The center fielder underneath it to make the grab. So a fly out, F8 for Sean Lane. Just got underneath it. That one was hit a mile high in the air. As that'll bring up Jack Polowitz, who came in for Jack Archimone, who had the arm cramp, exited the game. So Jack Polowitz will step up. Did play in the game yesterday for the Pilots. Against Jamestown, Polowitz 0 for 2 with a run scored in the game. As first pitch swinging from him. For the Bonnie from St. Bonaventure. Count at 0-1. 2 gone here in the top of the 5th. Vanzalata on second for the Pilots. The tying runner aboard. That one misses. Counts at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Top of the 5th inning. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. 1 fouled off by Polowitz. Polowitz will step up, hoping to have another Bonaventure guy here. Kevin Higgins played at St. Bonaventure. He's actually playing, so it's the Northern Colorado Owls, not the Osprey. Owls with a Z is where he's playing professionally in Northern Colorado. And they call him the Hit King out that way. So hoping to have him on at some point. That one just misses high. Appeared to be relatively over the plate. Just a little high there to Polowitz. Vanzalata is going to steal third. Counts now at 2-2. So runner on third for the Pilots. On the stolen base from Vanzalata. The 2-2 pitch from Mordecki. That one fouled off. Out of play here at McDonough. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Jack Polowitz at the plate. Ready on ready matchup. It's Colby Mordecki on the mound from SUNY Plattsburgh. The 2-2 pitch misses away. The count's now full at 3-2. As the right fielder number 21, Tyler Walters, awaits on deck. And Walters had that triple to lead off just a few innings ago. Well, Polowitz will strike out swinging, heading to the bottom of the 5th. The Red Wings lead the Pilots 3-2. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. back here at McDonough Park, heading to the bottom of the fifth inning as the Geneva Red Wings lead the Newark Pilots 3-2. Pitching change for the Pilots, as it'll be Josh Ferris from St. John Fisher University, number 26, in North Chi-Li, New York, just outside of Rochester, who will come in to face Jeremy Mangiamelli, the third baseman. So Jack Gannon's night is over. Final line for him: 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. So Gannon, I'd say a very successful night. Only 3 runs in 4 innings. So good night for Gannon. We'll see the first action from Josh Ferris for the summer. Counts at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, that one hit lightly foul over the backstop here at McDonough Park. The count is now at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here. The 1-2 pitch misses for a ball. Counts at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs. The 2-2 pitch bounced in the dirt. Counts now full at 3-2 for Mangiamelli in the third inning. Walked and came around to score. So second AB, first official AB of the game. First plate appearance, I should say, in the third inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here. The full count. That one swung on and hit out in towards, not the outfield. That one's going to stay in the infield and score that one. P6. So a pop up to the shortstop, Michael Flaherty. As that'll now bring up Nate Milk for the Red Wings. Flew out to center back in the third inning. Number 40. And tonight's right fielder for the Geneva Red Wings. Bunt attempt for Milk. Catches the Pilots sleeping. And that's going to be a bunt single for Nate Milk. So we're back to the top of the order for the Red Wings. That'll bring up Tyler Cerami, the shortstop. As Tyler Cerami heading up to the plate now for the Geneva Red Wings. 1 out and a runner on first base for them. Cerami from Hilton, New York. Just outside Rochester as well. First pitch misses for a ball. Counts at 1-0. College teammates with Paulie Goodness and Ian Goodness over there at FLCC, Finger Lakes Community College. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. That one swung on and fouled down the first base line. Counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Tyler Cerami, the shortstop for the Geneva Red Wings this evening. And the Red Wings lead the Pilots 3-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. Across the scoreboard for the Pilots, 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors. And for the Red Wings, 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. Pickoff attempt there from Josh Ferris. We'll keep the runner close there at first base, as that's Nate Milk over there after the bunt single. That one swung on and fouled into the catcher's glove. That'll move the count to 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Josh Ferris. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ferris back on the rubber. Healthy lead for Milk over there at first. And they're going to keep him close. Another pickoff attempt from the pitcher Ferris. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. An even healthier lead over there for Milk, and he's going to head towards second. That one hit into the outfield. That one got under Payne's glove, and that one's going to get past the left fielder. So that one's going to be a RBI double RBI single. Runner advances on the E9, or E7. So the Red Wings now take a 2-run lead. It's 4-2. And that'll bring up Cameron Boardman. So the Red Wings taking a 4-2 lead now on the RBI single. And an error by the left fielder out there. So Boardman will step in. And he advanced to second as well on the error. Counts at 0-1 to Boardman after the foul off. 1 out here. Runner on second, and the Red Wings now lead 4-2. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. 2 number 1, Cameron Boardman. As that's Tyler Cerami on second. That one hit to the second baseman. Mugen throws on to first. So 4-3 ground out. Runner advances, though, to third with 2 outs. As that will now bring up the catcher, number 32, Swidler. Swidler coming up to the plate. Ethan Swidler, the catcher, 1 for 2 on the night. For the Red Wings. Grounded out 3-1 in the first, and doubled and came around to score in the fourth. No balls, 1 strike to pitch. Misses for a ball. Counts at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch swung on and hit deep into left field, and that one is gone. A 2-run home run for Ethan Swidler. 2 more runs are going to score for the Geneva Red Wings as they blow this one open. They now lead 6-2. So a 2-run homer for Ethan Swidler, the left fielder for the Pilots. Bobby Sellers just turned up, and that one long gone into the baseball field on the other side here at McDonough Park. So the Red Wings now lead 6-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Head coach Daniel Steve is going to come out and meet with his pitcher, Josh Ferris. So 6-2 game now. Wow. What a home run there from Ethan Swidler. That one smoked. As for Swidler, out of Lafayette College, San Diego, California. Head coach Daniel Steve out on the mound talking with Ferris, his pitcher. Umpire coming in to break that one up. Just kind of trying to settle his guy down. As the Red Wings have scored in the last 3 consecutive innings. 1 run in the third for the Red Wings, 2 runs in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth. As that'll bring up Brandon Pagani. Pagani will step in for the Red Wings. That one misses for a ball. Counts at 1-0. Pilots just looking to get out of the inning and go back to work on the offensive end. We're here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch from Ferris. Big cut there from Brandon Pagani. Counts at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch bounced in the dirt. Counts at 2-1 now. Ferris will step back on the rubber. 2 balls, 1 strike. That one swung on and hit to the third baseman, Payne, who throws on to first. 5-3 ground out, but not before the Geneva Red Wings put up 3 more runs. 2 of those by the big ball from Ethan Swidler. 2-run home run well over the third base, the left field fence. Heading to the top of the 6th inning, the Red Wings lead the Pilots 6-2. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. We're back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, NewarkPilots.tv. It'll be Tyler Walters leading things off. He's going to hit that one to third on the first pitch, thrown on to first. So a 1-pitch, 5-3 ground out for Tyler Walters after he hit a triple back in the 4th inning. So 1 away here at the top of the 6th inning. Red Wings lead the Pilots 6-2. As that will now bring up Chris Ferrara from Emerson College. He will step up. Had an RBI in his last at-bat. He brought Walters around after Walters tripled into the gap in left center. He had a 6-3 ground out with an RBI in his last plate appearance. So counts at 1-0. First pitch misses for a ball. Counts at 1-0. That one in there for a strike. Counts at 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the early start game, that one swung on and hit into center field. That one's going to bloop in there for a single. So 1 out, bloop single there for Chris Ferrara, his first hit of the summer with the Pilots. So hit there from Ferrara, and that'll now bring up Nick Payne. And Nick Payne in his last at-bat got his first hit of the summer as well. In the 4th inning, he had a little bloop single there to center. Has reached base safely in both of his plate appearances. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning and singled back in the 4th inning. So he'll step in for his 3rd plate appearance of the game, 2nd official AB. That one taken for a strike. Counts at 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. In the top of the 6th inning. Across the board for the Pilots, 2 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. That one's going to get out into the out. That one's going to actually get into the outfield and go out of play. So E1 on the pitcher. The runner will advance to second on the thrown away pickoff. So he'll head to second on the E1. Geneva's 3rd error of the game. So 2 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Pilots. For the Red Wings, 6 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors. Pilots have had plenty of runners in scoring position, just haven't been able to bring them home. Kind of tail of the tape yesterday for the Pilots as well. have no issues getting the guys in position, just leaving ducks on the pond. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here, as Nick Payne will step back in. The 0-2 pitch to Payne. That one swung on and hit back up the middle. The shortstop's going to field it and throw over to first for the out. But that will advance Chris Ferrara 90 feet. He now stands on third base. So a 6-3 ground out for Nick Payne. 2 away here in the top of the 6th. That'll now bring up Michael Flaherty, the shortstop from London, England, in Grinnell College. He'll step in with a chance to add a run here for the Pilots. Chris Ferrara sits 90 feet away from home at third base. First pitch to him. That one's going to be into the gap in left center field. That one's going to get down, and Flaherty's going to head towards second. Wheels on Flaherty, slides in safely. A 2-out RBI double for Michael Flaherty, and the Pilots now only trail by 3. Just as I say the Pilots are having struggles bringing guys home, Michael Flaherty does that. Right into the gap in left center, and he's got wheels. That honestly only should have been a single, but Flaherty, with blazing speed, rounded the bag with no hesitation right to second base. So 6-3 your score now. Michael Flaherty, an RBI double. What a play, Michael Flaherty. That'll now bring up Bobby Sellers, number 37, for his third AB of the game. Bobby Sellers will step in from Alfred State University. Singled in the third and struck out swinging in the fourth. Counts at 1-1. That last pitch missed for a ball. So 3-6 your score now here at McDonough Park. That one missed as well. Counts at 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Pilots looking to get back in this ball game after 2-out RBI double from Michael Flaherty. Little taste of England, if you will. A little bit of English on that RBI double. That one swung on and missed. Counts at 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Flaherty on second. Bobby Sellers steps back in for the Pilots. That one in there, strike 3, but not before the RBI double from Michael Flaherty makes this one a 3-run ball game heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Red Wings lead the Pilots 6-3. I'm Kyle French. We'll be right back on Figure Lakes 1 Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Park. The Pilots put up 1 run in the top of the 6th. Score is now 6-3 in favor of the Geneva Red Wings. New pitcher for the Pilots making his season debut to be Owen Donahue from Salisbury University, sophomore there. 6'3" from Brambleton, Virginia. Submarine thrower as he kind of comes underneath and then over the top. So has that very unique pitching stance. 2 straight strikes from him. Counts at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs here. As Ryan Knight steps back in, 0-2 on the night. That one swung on and hit down the line foul. Down the third baseline foul. We'll do the 0-2 again. For Knight, flew out to center back in the 2nd inning and struck out swinging in his last plate appearance in the 4th inning. So he'll step back in for the Red Wings. Ryan Knight steps in. That one just misses away, counts at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Across the board for the Pilots, 3 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. And for the Red Wings, 6 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors. That one swung on and missed, strike 3. So Donahue, 1 batter faced, 1 strikeout. As he's got some serious movement on those pitches. As that'll now bring up Daniel Scalero for the Red Wings. Hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning and doubled with an RBI and came around to score back in the 4th. So Scalero will come back into the game for the Red Wings. That one misses away. That one just got away from Donahue. Counts at 1-0. As Scalero steps back in the batter's box, wearing number 30 and playing first base for the Red Wings here this evening. Scalero from Quincy, Massachusetts, and St. Anselm College. That one swung on and hit back into the net. That'll move the count to 1-2. So Donahue gets ahead in the count, and he's already ready to pitch back on the rubber. This whole pitch clock thing has completely changed the aspect of baseball as we know it. Just the game's so much more like speedy, as you can tell. Like these guys, you can tell like this summer, the whole pace of the game has completely changed as well. And that's just because in college, these guys have to go by the pitch clock. No pitch clock here in the PGCBL. However, practice how you're going to play. If you're playing in college with the pitch clock, you're going to have to speed up things here in the summer. And certainly the game a lot faster with the implementation of the pitch clock. The 1-2 pitch misses away, counts at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Red Wings lead by 3, 6-3. The 2-2 pitch from Donahue swung on and missed. So 2 batters face and 2 strikeouts. Back-to-back Ks for Owen Donahue. So strikeout swinging. 2 batters face and 2 strikeouts for Owen Donahue. Now bring up John Quinlan, number 7, the left fielder for the Red Wings this evening. Hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning and doubled with an RBI back in the 4th. Quinlan squares the bunt. That one low in the dirt will bounce for a ball. Counts at 1-0. 2 quick outs for the Pilots as well. Looking to get back into this game. As Quinlan will step back in. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch misses away, counts at 2-0, excuse me. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here. Bottom of the 6th inning. As Quinlan will step back in. That one swung on and hit foul down the third base side. Counts at 2-1 now. And again, fans, the Pilots will be back at home tomorrow against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks at Colburn Park. 7:05 first pitch start time. That one misses for a ball. Counts at 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Still have not heard anything from Kevin Higgins. Must still be playing his game. But if we can't get Kevin on today, we will get him on one of these upcoming days. That one flew out to Bobby Sellers. Sellers caught that one in left field for the 3rd out. So heading to the top of the 7th, the Red Wings lead the Pilots 6-3. I'm Kyle French. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As we are back here at Colburn Park, not Colburn Park, McDonough Park. It'll be Michael Mugen leading things off here for the Pilots. Flew out to right field in the 1st inning and back-to-back strikeout lookings in the 3rd and 4th. So his 4th plate appearance of the summer, making his debut today for the Pilots. First pitch misses for a ball, counts at 1-0. Count now at 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. Counts now at 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs here. The 2-1 pitch misses inside. Count now at 3-1. And Colby Mordecai in danger of walking Michael Mugen to lead off the inning. That one swung on and hit out into right center field. That one's going to get down. That one's going to hit the wall. All the way is Mugen. He's got wheels. He's rounding second, and he's going to hold at second. Looked like he didn't get quite the jump he wanted out of the batter's box, but nonetheless, a leadoff double for Michael Mugen. And that'll now bring up Frankie Vanzalata, the center fielder, 2 for 2 on the night. And has reached base in all 3 plate appearances. Walked in the 1st inning, singled and came around to score in the 3rd and doubled and was left on base back in the 5th. So Frankie Vanzalata, 2 for 2 on the night. Will look to inch the Pilots closer here in the top of the 7th inning. 6-3 your score. That one misses high inside. And you can hear the Pilots dugout. Not sure if that might be why they got a bench warning earlier, but very vocal has this Pilots dugout been this evening. And as they always are here at McDonough. I can't imagine what it would be like a game here with the Pilots and Red Wings and there wasn't some sort of showmanship between the two teams. Certainly a Finger Lakes rivalry and probably one of the biggest rivalries, I'd say, in the PGCBL between the Pilots and the Red Wings. As Frankie Vanzalata will step back in. Counts it 1-0 to him. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. The pitch from Mordecai misses high, counts it 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. Pilots threatening here in the top of the 7th. Dom Camera waits on deck. That one's going to be lined right back to the pitcher and hit him off the hip. And he appears to be okay walking it off. Unfortunate bounce there for Vanzalata, but scored that one 1-3. And Mugen will advance to third, and that'll bring up Dom Camera. So Dom Camera will be up at the plate now from Hofstra University for the Pilots. So Dom Camera stepping up to the plate. That one in there for a first pitch strike. As Mugen sits 90 feet away at third base for the Pilots. Pilots looking to get back into this ball game. 0-1 the pitch. That one swung and fouled off the catcher's mitt. Counts at 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Top of the 7th. Pilots with 9 hits, only 3 runs to show for it, including 3 Geneva errors. So Pilots just not being able to put them away with runners in the scoring position. That one misses as well. Counts now at 1-2. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed in the dirt. Dom Camera away for the second out of the inning. So the first baseman, number 27, Sean Lane, will step up, over 3 on the night. Foul fly out to the first baseman in the first. Reached on an error on the shortstop in the third and flew out to center in the 5th. So Sean Lane will step up to the plate. First pitch in there for a strike. Counts at 1-0. Excuse me, 0-1. Sean Lane from Hofstra University, as we mentioned. The 0-1 pitch misses away, counts at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Sean Lane. Will be attending Hofstra University next year, transfer from the University of Maryland. Power hitting player. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. That one, and they're on the outer half of the plate. Lane not happy with the call. He'll kind of turn around and discuss there. Counts now at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch hit down the third base line, foul. That one just bounced over the bag, foul. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 7th. 1-2 pitch to Lane. Misses away. Counts at 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Sean Lane, 6'4", 235. He'll be a sophomore next year at Hofstra. The 2-2 pitch misses high. Counts now at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count to Sean Lane. The 3-2 pitch from Mordecki. They're going to say strike 3. And Sean Lane shaking his head in disbelief. That one looked to be high and inside. And I think I have to agree with Lane on that one. Nonetheless, 3rd out, heading to the bottom half of the 7th. The Red Wings lead the Pilots 6-3. I'm Kyle French. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As we're back here at McDonough Park, 2 straight balls to the leadoff batter, Ethan Fulton, playing center field, wearing number 10 tonight for the Geneva Red Wings. Owen Donahue back out there for his second inning of work. Gets a strike there, counts at 2-1. And again, the Pilots will be at home tomorrow against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. First pitch 7:05. Swan and miss, counts now even at 2-2. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Wings lead the Pilots 6-3. And you're listening on Finger Lakes One Radio, the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Good frame job there from Paulowitz. No strike called, however. Counts now full, 3-2 to the leadoff batter, Ethan Fulton. 0 for 2 on the night. Grounded out, 6 unassisted on the fielder's choice. That one in there, strike 3. So another strikeout called, and the batter tosses his bat. So at least you can say the umpiring has been consistent tonight at McDonough Park. So strikeout looking for Ethan Fulton. He thought he was heading to first. Same thing happened to Sean Lane at the end of the last inning. So I'm sure we might see some arguing towards the end of this game once we get towards the 9th inning. So next 2 innings, watch out for it. This umpire might be under some heat. First pitch in there for a strike 2. The second batter of the inning, Jeremy Mangiamelli, third baseman. 0 for 1 on the night. Walked and came around to score in the 3rd and popped up to the shortstop back in the 5th. So Mangiamelli will step back in, playing third base for the Red Wings tonight, number 31. That one's going to come in and hit him, and he's going to head towards first base. Not sure. So hit by pitch for Mangiamelli. He's on base for the second time today. Nate Milk, the right fielder, will be up at the plate now. 1 for 2 on the night. Flew out to center in the 3rd. And hit a single and came around to score in the 5th inning. So 1 for 2 on the night is Nate Milk. Out in right field for the Red Wings. That one just misses Milk. And Donahue kind of has that, like I mentioned, that weird submarine style pitching. It looks like he's not really releasing it all the way or getting that flick to the wrist that he's trying to get with it to get towards the plate. So it's coming inside. The runner goes, throw down, stolen base there for Mangiamelli. And the Red Wings now have a runner in scoring position. As Nate Milk will step back in. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here. Red Wings lead the Pilots 6-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-0 pitch taken for a strike and called. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-1 pitch from Donahue. Swung on and hit down the third base line. That one's going to be a fair ball. And the ball's going to kick all the way down near the corner. The run's going to score. So it's an RBI double for the Geneva Red Wings, and they now lead 7-3, blowing this one even wider open. That'll now bring up Cerami. Tyler Cerami, the shortstop from Hilton, New York, will step up to the plate for Geneva. So Red Wings now take a 7-3 lead. One out here. First pitch misses high, counts at 1-0. So 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Pilots now trail by 4 runs and are on the verge of starting 0-2 on the year. If the Red Wings were to win, it would be their first win of the season. 1-0 pitch taken for a strike. That one breezed right across the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. As Donahue will step off. Tyler Cerami at the plate. Nate Milk, the runner on second base, with a hefty lead there. That one misses, counts at 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. Bottom of the 7th. Red Wings have already scored 1 run this inning. The pitch swung on and hit. That one out into right field. That's going to be down for a hit, and the runner's going to be sent home. That one's going to get past the right fielder. And that one's going to be an error on the Pilots. So he's going to get all the way to third on what should have just been a bloop single. So rule that one E9. And the Red Wings now lead 8-3. Not great fielding there from the Pilots. Just mental error there. A mental error for the man out in right, Tyler Walters. Misread the ball and then threw the ball away. Walters has been phenomenal at the plate, but an error there in right field. The Red Wings now lead 8-3 by 5 runs. So RBI single. And the runner makes it all the way to third base on the E9. So advanced on the error by the right fielder. So there's a mound visit, and looks like there might be a pitching change. We're going to get the full details for you. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. as we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, NewarkPilots.tv. It'll be Pete Jocelyn making his way on to pitch for the Pilots. Pete Jocelyn from Holden, Massachusetts, and is a sophomore at Fitchburg State University. 5'10" lefty on the mound. 1-1 pitch swung on and hit to the first baseman, who doesn't field it. That one's off his glove. That's going to be a base hit off Sean Lane's glove. Another run will score. And it's an RBI double. Score's now 3-9 in favor of the Red Wings. This game has a very similar feel to that of yesterday. The Pilots start out in the lead. Couple innings go by, and then just consecutive runs scored by the opposing team. Pilots just looking to get back into this one. They now trail 9-3 in the bottom of the seventh inning. That one misses, counts at 1-0 now. So one ball, no strike, 1 out. Pete Jocelyn making his Pilots debut. That one misses as well, counts at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Two 0-1. So 2 balls, no strikes. Pete Jocelyn, much slower approach to the game. The 2-0 pitch misses inside, counts at 3-0. So 3 straight balls from Jocelyn to Ethan Swidler, who hit that monster home run out to left field, cleared the wall by a mile back in the 5th inning with 2 RBI. So Swidler will step back in. He's 2 for 3 on the night, double and scored in the 4th, and then we mentioned that home run in the 5th. That one in there for a strike, counts at 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pete Jocelyn versus Ethan Swidler. Red Wings lead the Pilots 9-3. Pilots 3 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors. Red Wings 9 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors. So Red Wings putting guys home when the Pilots haven't been able to do that this game. So that one will walk. Jocelyn will walk Swidler, and that'll now bring up the catcher, number 28, Brandon Begane. 0 for 3 on the night. Struck out looking in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th, and grounded out 5-3 back in the 5th. So Brandon Begane will step in. 4th AB of the game. First pitch, misses for a ball, counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch swung on and hit. That one hit out into center field. The center fielder underneath it makes a grab. So that's Vanzalata out there. That'll be a sacrifice fly, though. And the Red Wings now score their 10th run of the game. So now that'll bring up Ryan Knight, tonight's extra hitter for the Red Wings. 0 for 3 on the night. Flew out to center in the 2nd and struck out swinging in both the 4th and 6th innings. As this one blown wide open. 10-3 your score in favor of the Geneva Red Wings. Same amount of hits for each team, though, as I mentioned. 9 hits apiece. But the Pilots just not being able to bring guys around to score when they're in scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. The pitch from Jocelyn. Swung on and missed. Counts at 1-1. 1-1. That one misses. Counts at 1-2 now. Excuse me, that one was in the zone. 1-2. Called for a strike. So Jocelyn gets ahead in the count. The 1-2 pitch fouled off. We'll do the 1-2 again here. As Ryan Knight will step back in for the Red Wings from Peabody, Massachusetts. That one swung on and hit out into right center. That one's going to bloop in for a single. So another hit for the Red Wings. Their 10th of the game. That'll now bring up Daniel Scalero, number 30, the first baseman. From Quincy, Massachusetts, and St. Anselm College. First pitch misses way outside. Counts at 1-0. Runners on first and second for the Red Wings here. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Swung on and hit. That one popped up. Mugen underneath it for the final out of the inning, but not before the Red Wings put up 4 more runs. Heading into the top of the 8th inning, they lead the Pilots 10-3. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Pilots dug themselves into a hole, looking to crawl back out of it. They trail the Geneva Red Wings 10-3. Across the board for the Pilots, 3 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, and for the Red Wings, 10 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors. So relatively similar in the hits and errors department for the Red Wings and the Pilots, but Pilots, like I mentioned several times throughout the broadcast, have struggled bringing in runners when they have them in scoring position. That one misses, counts at 1-0. As there's a new pitcher out there for the Geneva Red Wings. It's Nick Papapis, as he's making his Red Wings debut for the summer. From Carmel, New York, attends UMass Dartmouth. That one misses as well. Counts at 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Paulowitz, who skies that one into left field. Left fielder trailing in foul territory. Makes the grab. So score that one FF7. And Paulowitz is actually going to make his way back to hit. They're going to say that the ball was caught out of play. And there is that yellow marker in left field. It appeared as if, is that where they're ruling the out of play, or is there another line over there? Can't see from up here, but nonetheless, Paulowitz back up at the plate. Even though the left fielder had caught that one well in the deep corner of the park, though. So umpire discretion. Now the count is full after that missed pitch outside. So full count. Paulowitz back up at the plate. It appeared as if it was going to be the first out of the inning, top of the 8th. Paulowitz fouls that one off the catcher's glove. So we'll do the full count again. 10-3 your score. Top of the 8th inning. The pitch in there, strike 3. Paulowitz ready to toss the bats. So strikeout looking, backwards K. That'll now bring up Tyler Walters, the right fielder from Georgia College, also in the transfer portal. Had that triple back in the 4th inning and came around to score via the Chris Ferrara RBI 6-3 ground out. As that one misses, counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here from Pappas. The 1-0 pitch, swung on and hit. That one hit out into right field. Looks like the right fielder settled underneath it. Makes the play for the second out. So 2 quick outs for the Pilots. Pilots are down to their final 4 outs of the game. As that'll now bring up Chris Ferrara, 1 for 3 on the night. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. Grounded out 6-3 with an RBI in the 4th and singled and came around to score in the 6th. So Ferrara will step in. First pitch misses off the outer edge of the plate. Counts at 1-0. Here in the top of the 8th inning. 2 quick outs for the Pilots. Sun almost near the tree line. Ferrara hits that one down the line. That's going to be his 2nd hit of the game. Ferrara's going to round first and head towards 2nd. Ferrara's kicking in the wheels, and he's going to slide in safely, and he got around the tag. So a 2-out double from Chris Ferrara, his 2nd hit of the game. And that'll now bring up Nick Payne. Playing third base for the Pilots tonight, wearing number 29 from Centenary University. What a great move there from Chris Ferrara. The throw to the cutoff man and then to the second baseman was in time. Ferrara shimmied around with a sick little slide move there to get around the tag, and he got in safely. You see something new every day, I guess. First pitch to Payne, misses for a ball, counts at 1-0. Pilots still have a lot of work left to do. They need to score 7 runs, and they have only 4 outs to do so. As Payne will step back in. 1 ball, no strikes here. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and dribbled foul off the nose of the bat by Payne. Counts now 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch taken for a strike on the inner half of the plate. Counts now moved to 1-2. One ball, 2 strike from Pappas. That one misses off the outer edge. Very close to being a strike 3 called. That'll move the count to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Nick Payne. Payne 1 for 2 on the night. Singled back in the 4th inning. That one misses low. That'll push the count full 3-2. And Michael Flaherty will await on deck. So the full count. That one misses inside, and that'll put Nick Payne on base. So runners on first and second, and that'll bring up Michael Flaherty. As Michael Flaherty, the shortstop, will step up to the plate. Doubled with an RBI in his last AB in the 6th inning, so looking to do something similar to that here in the 8th inning and get the Pilots closer to in this game. As he's going to hit that one down the third base line foul. Counts at 0-1 now. As that's Michael Flaherty from Grinnell College by way of London, England, at the plate. As he'll step back in. Facing Nick Pappas. The 0-1 pitch. Misses away. Counts now 1-1. One ball, one strike, 2 outs here. 10-3 your score. That one swung on and hit, popped up in the infield. First baseman underneath it for the out. So the third out, the Pilots strand 2 more yet again. Heading to the bottom of the 8th. The Red Wings lead the Pilots 10-3. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, NewarkPilots.tv. I'm Kyle French, as always. Well, the Geneva Red Wings lead the Pilots 10-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be John Quinlan, the left fielder. Number 7 leading things off. Pete Jocelyn coming back out for his inning and a third of work. Jocelyn, the pitch from him. First pitch, across the plate for a strike. Counts at 0-1. Jocelyn from Fitchburg State University out of Holden, Massachusetts. Quinlan 1 for 2 on the night, doubled with an RBI in the 4th inning, and also reached in the 2nd on a hit by pitch back in the 2nd inning. Quinlan will step in. Lefty on righty matchup as Jocelyn, a lefty. That one swung on and popped up in the infield. Looks like the first baseman, Lane, is underneath it. And that one's going to drop. Miscommunication there from the Pilots. Rule that one an E3. As that's the Pilots' 3rd error of the game, Sean Lane. Miscommunication there with the Pilots. So E3 on Sean Lane. And Quinlan reaches base for the 3rd time this game. That'll now bring up Ethan Fulton. 0 for 3 on the night. Grounded out 6U in the 2nd. Grounded out 4-3 in the 4th. And struck out looking in the 7th. So that one in there for a strike, counts at 1-1. As this is Ethan Fulton. That one swung on and crushed into right field. That one foul. Hit off the fence there just behind the home plate of the Geneva Red Wings bullpen. So counts at 1-2 now to Ethan Fulton. So that one, strike 3. Fulton's going to go down swinging with a strikeout. As that'll now bring up Jeremy Mangiamelli. He will step up. And Quinlan over there at first base stole second on the pitch. That one swung on and hit to Payne at third and over to first. So that one was hit on a line to Payne, who fielded it, tagged the runner, and threw to first. So it's a 3-U. Well, no, that's a excuse me, that's a 5-3 double play. Payne tagged the runner at third as the ball was hit on the line. He's heading towards third, tagged the runner and threw under first. So a double play for Nick Payne. Heads up, play there for the Pilots. Pilots are looking to flip those rally caps around heading into the top of the ninth. They trail 10-3. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Back here at McDonough Park. Top of the ninth inning. That'll bring up Bobby Sellers from Alfred State University. As Sellers steps in 1 for 3 on the night, singled in the third inning, and struck out swinging in the fourth and struck out looking in the sixth. 2 straight balls to Sellers from Pappas. As Sellers will step back in the batter's box. 2-0 the count. Pilots trail by 7 here in the last inning of play. That one swung and ripped out into the shortstop, and that's going to be an E6. Scalero couldn't scoop the ball there at first. E6 from the shortstop, and Bobby Sellers aboard. So the comeback starting for the Pilots here. Well, they do have a long way to go, but that is certainly a good start for the Pilots. That one swung on and popped up from Michael Mugen. Scored that one P4 and an out. As that will now bring up Frank Vanzalata, the center fielder. So P4 on that one. One gone here. Pilots down to their final 2 outs First pitch fouled off by Vanzalata from SUNY Brockport as he steps in. Pilots rally caps are on, in fact, as Vanzalata at the plate. That one swung on and fouled in the net. Quickly behind 0-2 is Vanzalata. Bobby Sellers over on first base for the Pilots. Across the board, 3 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors. And for Geneva, 10 runs on 10 hits, 4 errors. That one swung on and hit to the shortstop, who fields over to the second baseman on to first. It's going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice for Frankie Vanzalata. Pilots are now down to their final out. As that's going to be Don Camera coming to the plate for the Pilots. Dom Camera, the designated hitter, 0 for 3 on the night. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Walked in the third inning and struck out swinging in both in the 5th and the 7th. So Dom Camera steps up to the plate for the Pilots. First pitch to him, misses well off the plate. Counts at 1-0. Dom Camera from Hofstra University, and we heard a little insight on him from Frankie DiMartino earlier on in the game. Frankie back for his second summer with the team. Swung on a miss. Counts at 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Sellers on first base for the Pilots. Swung on a miss yet again from Camera. Counts now moved to 1-2. And Pappas looking to start the Pilots out 0-2 here. Down to their final strike. The 1-2 pitch to Camera. Misses away. Red Wings are ready to walk off the field there. Counts now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. The 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled by Camera. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th. Pilots looking for a miracle. 2-2 pitch, misses away. Sellers is going to steal second base, uncontested. Counts now full. So Dom Camera steps back in. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled. Sellers was heading towards third. And I mean, why not? If they're not going to throw the ball down, why not take the free bag? Any run will help the Pilots at this point. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th. Do the Pilots have a miracle at McDonough in them? That one in there, strike 3. Camera flips the bat. And that pretty much sums up the Pilots during this game. Final score, 10-3. And just a reminder, the Pilots will be back at home tomorrow against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. First pitch scheduled for 7:05 p.m. And I will be on play-by-play, as always. So final score here from McDonough across the board for the Pilots, 3 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors. And for the victorious Red Wings, they get their first win of the summer. 10 runs on 10 hits, 4 errors. As always, I'm Kyle French here on Finger Lakes One Radio and NewarkPilots.tv, the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. We will see you guys tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.